WXII 12 News at 6 starts right now.
I mean, I really thought I was just going to, drown in my own house.
Now at 6, stories of utter heartbreak being shared from areas forever changed by Helene. What one woman was forced to do for hours. Then,
just getting some clean clothes was, it's really amazing.
From clothes to buildings, how Ashe County is cleaning up after Helene.
And wrong number. WXII exclusively speaks to the woman who is jumping into action after pilots land after mixing up her phone number.
I'm here to say the United States, the nation, has your back. The nation has your back.
A pledge from the president just minutes ago. President Biden said federal relief will continue until the Tar Heel state, our people, neighbors are back on their feet.
In the meantime, dozens are dead, hundreds still missing here after Helene. President Biden toured the devastation by air, getting a look at some of the areas that have been wiped off the map. He says the federal government will cover 100% of the costs of debris removal for the next 6 months.
This as we are hearing more life-altering stories. We have team coverage on the destruction and the relief efforts. We begin with Chris Peterson in Swannanoa. Chris.
Emily Russell says she's thankful to be alive after floodwaters left her stranded in her childhood home for hours with no way of knowing if help was on the way.
I mean, I really thought I was just going to, drown in my own house.
Emily Russell says she was home alone early Friday morning when she found herself surrounded by water.
I mean, it was literally like you were stuck on an island, and I just didn't know what to do. There was no leaving the house at that point.
Russell says she watched from her window as cars and RVs floated by. Then she heard part of the house collapse.
When you start hearing that, it's almost like a movie. It's just, and then the front door, the water pushed it in, and it pushed in the back door, and within 30 seconds, it went from the ground to neck level.
Russell says she and her dog floated on a mattress in her home for nearly 8 hours, hoping to be rescued.
It's like you go from this scariest feeling and place to almost peaceful, because it was like you were already so scared, and your body's getting cold from being in the water, and you're getting sore from just shaking from being in the water, and it's just like your body almost goes numb. And
it wasn't until 6 in the evening when Russell's husband David was able to reach her.
And the minute I seen him, I thought this is my only chance to get out, and so me and the dog took off down the front yard. But the currents were so strong that I only made it maybe 10 feet, and I had to yell to them like I can't walk anymore, or it's going to take me.
Russell considers herself lucky she made it out. She knows others weren't so fortunate.
It hits hard, that's how deadly this whole thing was.
Russell says she doesn't know whether she or her husband have jobs to go to, and with the baby just weeks away, she doesn't know what they're going to do. In Swannanoa, I'm Chris Peterson.
Chris, thank you. Thousands of people in Ashe County still don't have power tonight. That's why a small business is helping people do something they have not been able to do in days. WXII 12's Kelly Kendall is in West Jefferson with this story tonight. Kelly.
Cleanup is underway in Ashe County, including roads, bridges, and buildings. But those without power can't clean their clothes. That's why one local dry cleaner is stepping in to help. Mountaineer Cleaners in West Jefferson is offering free washing and dry cleaning services for those who can't use their washer or dryers without electricity. The owners say they're also cleaning rugs, comforters, and specialty garments that became muddied or soaked by floodwaters. One customer, Donna Smith, has been without power for days, but still needed clean clothes to go to her job at an assisted living home.
I can't leave my people without assistance. And then we've just been without power. We've worked, bummed showers, but we did run out of laundry. And just getting some clean clothes it's really amazing.
Whether it's church rugs or wedding dresses, Mountain Cleaners says the most rewarding part has been saving people's memories as they rebuild for their futures. In West Jefferson, I'm Kelly Kendall, WXII 12 News.
The definition of neighbors helping neighbors. One Good Samaritan is collecting donations in the Triad with the help of his daughter and bringing them to Ashe County, where much of the community is still recovering from Hurricane Helene. Sarah Sowers has more.
One humble hero has been driving into Greensboro to collect supplies for his neighbors that need it most. Their latest goal, to fill up this truck. He told us today he was too busy delivering supplies with the Ashe County Fire Department for an interview, so we stopped by the supply collection point in Greensboro to talk with his daughter and granddaughters instead.
Once we were able to hear from my dad, he came down and we loaded his truck up, and he immediately turned right back around and took it up to Ashe County to the fire department and said, "This is great, I need more."
Lee told us her dad saved 2 neighbors, their dog and cat, after flooding forced them to take shelter on their roof.
Everybody wanted to help. It turns out people just didn't know where to start.
With the help of her neighbor's dad, who drives trucks, they found a trailer and sent out the word to collect as much as they can.
These are our people, and they need help. And my dad has always been a helper and always super supportive of people, and he was happy to jump in where he could, and this is just what he could do.
Their kids even got involved, saying lending a helping hand can be fun.
The adults would chuck the paper towels to us on the trailer, then we would chuck them to me, and he would put them in the truck. Yeah. It was very fun. You wouldn't know how fast that truck got filled.
All supplies can be dropped off at Brown Hall by the end of the day, Friday. There's a friendly competition between the Canterbury School and Greensboro Montessori to see who can collect the most donations. They are also accepting donations from the general community. Reporting in Greensboro, Sarah Sowers, WXII 12 News.
Sarah, thank you. A Triad Boutique is helping with Helene relief as well. Simply Southern started in North Carolina, now has 33 retail shops, including one in Greensboro and one out in Asheville. The Asheville one is closed right now, but all employees are safe. Simply Southern donated $50 grand to the American Red Cross in an effort to help with relief efforts from Helene. It's also giving customers the opportunity to round up change on purchases this month. They'll add that up, and then the business will match it.
We are a company that started in North Carolina, and we are still here in Greensboro. And so we definitely have a heart for all of the victims for this hurricane. And we wanted to reach out and do all that we could.
Simply Southern is also selling these limited edition hurricane relief shirts. All profits from those sales will go directly toward relief efforts as well.
People across the Triad are coming together to do their part to help people in the western part of our state. Wayne Sanderson Farms in Dobson is accepting donations to deliver to Watauga High School. We've all seen the heartbreaking damage Helene left behind in our mountain communities. It motivated this Triad organization to take action.
And we just saw the aftermath of the devastation that's went on in the western part of our state. Our people just decided we wanted to do something, and so we decided to take up donations. And
the company's officials say the response from their community has been incredible, and they expect to have a packed trailer delivered to Watauga High School by Friday evening. They will be accepting donations at 802 East Adkins Street in Dobson until lunchtime on Friday.
Federal, state, and even private pilots are trying to get to remote areas of the western part of our state right now. People who are calling Mountain Air in Burnsville, however, are reaching a Stephanie Carlson to navigate their landings. Issue is, Carlson has absolutely no affiliation with the landing pad whatsoever. Our Jackie Pascal has been investigating this bizarre mix-up.
Seeing all this storm damage from Helene in Burnsville, North Carolina, the best access point for pilots to perform rescues and drop off supplies is this runway in Mountain Air. And its website tells them to first contact the Mountain Air POA administrator before landing.
Let me see what the number is, and I'm going to try to call you.
The number listed goes to Stephanie Carlson's phone.
No, not at all.
The problem is she's not affiliated with the runway.
Hey. Yep, that's you.
The only overlapping numbers is the area code 828.
My number is completely different than their number. And
on Friday, FEMA, the FAA, National Guard, Air Force all started flooding Carlson's phone.
Because all these people are looking for information and trying to get information to the right people, and I didn't know what else to do but just to try to collect it and share it as I got it.
So Carlson takes every call 2 hours away outside of Charlotte, and she created a catalog of contacts connecting pilots with people who need help.
Most of the people were just so grateful that somebody picked up the phone, because there is no communication over there.
Some lives were even saved.
Because her daughter and granddaughter were trapped and their cell phone service was really bad. And I just passed on the information to the contacts I had with the FEMA guy that had called me, and he said he would pass it along. And the next day she texted me and said they were rescued.
Carlson says she's happy to help as the unofficial secretary for Mountain Air, but would like the contact issue to be solved as Western North Carolina has months of recovery ahead.
Just seems to be one number, but it's kind of an important one. And I just want that information to get where it needs to go.
For WXII 12 News, I'm Jackie Pascal.
Worth noting, Jackie did try to reach out to Mountain Air. We are told the contact listed is for a former owner, but again, that is not Carlson. Still no explanation for why the calls keep going to her. Her phone service provider, Verizon, says the person with that number would need to initiate the process to fix this issue. So far, that has not happened. Carlson continues to get calls today.
Well, today has been a nice one out there with sunshine, just a few clouds and no rain. We would like to keep it that way. We'll look ahead at your weekend forecast coming up.
Also ahead, devastation beyond description. We break down the 10 items we need you to donate tomorrow and how one donation will go a long way.
And coming up in sports, Andy Dalton is going against another one of his former teams as the Panthers look for win number 2. Plus, one of our Big Four teams remains unbeaten.
The WXII 12 Stock Report is brought to you by Woodard & Company Asset Management Group.
Tomorrow, we are holding a relief drive with Second Harvest Food Bank in the name of collecting supplies desperately needed for our friends in the western part of North Carolina.
WXII 12's Audrey Biss spoke with the food bank's CEO, who has witnessed how critical the need is firsthand.
I am joined now by CEO of Second Harvest Food Bank, Eric Aft. Eric, you shared with me that you were on the ground in these hardest hit areas of northwest North Carolina, Ashe and Watauga County. What did you see? What did you witness?
Yeah, members of our team wanted to visit our partner agencies as well as visit with some neighbors to get a feel for, what is happening on the ground as we continue our relief efforts. One is there's a resiliency. I mean, that's first and foremost. The caring that people are showing to their neighbors is something inspiring. But the devastation that we saw in whether it was Boone or little parts of Ashe County, West Jefferson, but the areas that some of our team members went to, some of the more rural areas, Lansing and Preston, is the devastation is kind of what they said beyond description.
Wow.
People still stuck in their homes, just dealing with situations where they don't have medicine they need, they don't have food or water easily accessible, except through some of the inspirational things that we're working with our partners around and the wonderful volunteers.
So we heard too that people are having to travel by ATVs just to get to some of the people that haven't even been rescued yet. So this is still a search and rescue kind of operation there on the ground. That's why the boxes of these items that we're asking for the community's help are so vital. So walk me through the 10 critical needs that you're asking people to donate.
Yeah, that's great. And you're exactly right. We're hearing both people hiking in, horseback, ATVs, it's different ways that people are really just finding ways to get food where it's needed most. The ready-to-eat items are really critical. These pop-top items that we see that provide some protein as well as carbs and what have you, peanut butter and jelly so people can make sandwiches, or also, who hasn't eaten a spoonful of peanut butter out of the jar. As we're also providing, we have lots of sporks to be able to provide the ready-to-eat fruits as well as vegetables. The proteins, such as you're showing, is the chicken salad kit, or just chicken in cans, are great. Shelf-stable milk, so again, really critical for kids and getting calcium for families. So a lot of these things are vital. And then we get into the cleaning products. That's an area people may not realize that we help with, especially in these situations. So they're dealing with mildew, mold potentially growing. We need to kind of make sure that they can deal with that quickly. So again, asking for these kind of products.
A lot of good information there, and Lainey will be at that drive tomorrow.
Yes, she will. Lainey, weather-wise, what can we expect? It's fall, it's October, still kind of humid out there, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be warm, but we do have some dry skies in the forecast. I love seeing everybody come together. Please come out to the food bank tomorrow. I'd like to personally thank you for helping those that are in need. You're looking at Elkin, that creek that is behind the library, and they're doing all kinds of things. It's really been inspiring to see what folks are doing in different communities to help, and how everybody's really pitching in. We got 77 degrees for a high today in Greensboro, or I should say current temperature in Greensboro, 80 in Winston-Salem, and 78 right now in Martinsville. Now, temperatures did make it into the low 80s out there today, so it was warm in the sun. It's a bit humid as well. 81 Mount Airy, 82 in North Wilkesboro. I do think temperatures will be close to 80 over the next several days, but then we get a little dip here, and by next week, that fall air should be here, and that means some chilly mornings too, maybe some upper 40s in here by Wednesday morning. But for now, we've got temperatures in the 60s in the morning. We also have, of course, something that happens every fall, the Carolina Classic Fair. Our forecast for Friday, opening day, has temperatures kind of warm in the sun. We will have some clouds around, though, on Friday, so keep that in mind. I also have a small chance for a shower. First front coming through today, dry. Second front on the way, also going to be fairly dry. There's a third one that will finally bring the fall air back to us. We have had some clouds associated with this front, but thankfully no rain across our area. That visible satellite showing you the dry skies. So for tomorrow, we will have a little bit of fog around in the morning, some clouds. It'll be partly sunny, and then we'll break out into some sunshine, and we've got a small chance for a late day shower. High temperature about 77. Tomorrow could see some low 80s as well. In the foothills, upper 70s in the forecast. Also that small rain chance late in the day. In our mountain towns, we should get to about 72 for a high. We've got breezes coming in out of the east, and we do have that small chance for a passing shower. Notice this map here from Asheville all the way to the coast. This is for tomorrow afternoon, and then as we head into Friday, we are going to start to get more of a wind that's coming in off the Atlantic. That's typically a pretty moist wind for us. It provides clouds. It also can enhance the lift and create at least a few showers around. So I do think if you're in the mountain communities on Friday, have a slightly higher chance of seeing at least a few showers developing. But we're not talking about heavy rain when this happens. Usually just kind of that lighter, pesky rain. It's not great for cleanup, but it could be worse. High school football fields, I do think, will be largely dry on Friday night, maybe a bit humid. We've got a passing shower chance. If you are headed over to Raleigh for football on Saturday, NC State, Wake Forest, we've got highs in the low 80s. It's going to be warm in the stands. Saturday's a good day. We've got mostly sunny skies in the forecast. In Greensboro, also at First National Bank Field on Saturday morning, I'd love to see you come out and support the Walk to End Alzheimer's. Let's talk tropics for a bit. Hurricane Kirk set to become a major hurricane. This one now has 90-mile-per-hour winds. Should become a major hurricane during the day tomorrow. The good news with this is that it stays out over the Atlantic. On the heels of that, we have Tropical Depression number 13. That one also expected to become a hurricane and to stay out over the Atlantic, at least for now. Here's our 7-day forecast. There's that cooler air I promised you. Doesn't get here, though, until next week.
Thanks, Laney. 620, final check on traffic. I-73 north at Bridford Parkway in Greensboro. No issues to report in either direction.
You're watching WXII 12. And now, the Modern Automotive Sports Report.
Although we saw another Panthers loss last week, the message in the locker room after the game was all about the progress that this team has taken since Andy Dalton took over at quarterback. Over the last 2 games, Dalton has 5 touchdowns and 1 interception. Now at 1-3 on the year, Carolina will hit the road to take on another one of Dalton's former teams in the Chicago Bears. There are only 4 quarterbacks who have defeated every team in their NFL career, and Dalton has his eyes set on doing the same.
Chicago is one of the teams that I haven't beaten in my career. There's only a couple of them. I think there's 3 left, and unfortunately one of them is the Carolina Panthers, so I'm not going to be able to do that. But, yeah, Chicago and Dallas, another team that I played for, is another one that I haven't beat.
Other Panthers news, veteran linebacker Shaq Thompson had surgery today. This comes after he was ruled out for the season with a torn Achilles tendon. It's been nothing but excitement to start the year out in Durham. In his first year as head coach, Manny Diaz has Duke off to a 5-0 start for the first time since 1994. Diaz has hit the ground running for the Blue Devils, being 1 win away from bowl eligibility before October began. This Duke team has shown a lot of fight to start the year with 3 fourth-quarter comebacks, including celebrating last Saturday's 1-point victory over the Tar Heels.
They don't add up all the wins and losses till the end of the year. Doesn't really matter where you're at right now. When we take the field on Saturday night, Atlanta, we don't get to start first and 5 because we're 5-0.
Duke will play Georgia Tech this Saturday in Atlanta. It's week 7 of the high school football season, and after an eventful last few weather-filled Fridays, we are hoping for a normally programmed game of the week this time around. Our Chris Peterson will be headed up the mountain this Friday for our game of the week, the battle of the undefeateds, Mount Airy and East Wilkes. The Granite Bears are coming off a huge win over Star Mount to ruin their perfect season, while the Cardinals have had 3 weeks to prepare for this matchup. You can catch all the highlights and scores across the Triad this Friday night at 11:15 with High School Playbook right here on WXII. The Atlanta Braves quickly find themselves facing elimination in the wild card round tonight as the Bravos struck out 15 times in the opener against the Padres to fall 4-0. Now Game 2 in San Diego is tonight at 8:30. As for the Orioles, finally the offense showing some life. They are tied 1-1 in the bottom of the 5th with the Royals. We'll have full game recaps later on tonight. And that's all for sports. We'll be back after the break.
Before we go tonight, I want to let you know about something amazing that's going to be happening pretty soon. More than 100 veterans from right here in the Triad are preparing to return home from the nation's capital. We were at PTI this morning and witnessed the incredible send-off for the final Triad Honor Flight of 2024. The vets will return home to a hero's welcome at PTI in Greensboro at about 7:30 tonight. The public is welcome to come out. They won't charge you for parking. It is free to attend. If you've never been to one of these before, boy, you will not forget it. And that's going to do it for us here tonight on WXII 12 News at 6.
Thanks for watching. NBC Nightly News is coming up next.